Well, I just can't seem to get my life together. My son and daughter moved away, and my husband, he just kind of drinks with his buddies after work, and I can't seem to get out of bed. I don't know what to say. I'm wondering if you can help me.
Well, you've taken a great first step in coming to speak to me about these issues that you're facing. It seems like maybe you're a little bit lonely since your kids have moved away and you're not getting the proper support from your husband. Can you tell me a little bit more about your relationship with your husband?
I didn't finish high school, and my mother tried to talk me into getting an abortion when I got pregnant, and I was, just a kid. But I just didn't think I could live with myself. So my husband and I got married, and now look where I am.
You feel like your life would have turned out a little bit differently if you had listened to your mom and taken your mom's advice and maybe gone through with the abortion?
I just feel so completely useless.
Are there people in your life that you are supportive to you?
My husband tells me just to snap out of it. And I mean, I hear him say that, and I think I should be able to do that, but I just don't seem to. He thinks I'm crazy. I guess that's what everybody thinks. I just don't know what to do.
It seems like your husband hasn't been very supportive and sometimes dismisses your feelings. Um, and this sometimes makes you feel a little bit inadequate. Um, is there anything recently that you can put your finger on that has maybe triggered these feelings or made these feelings a little bit worse recently?
It seems to have gotten worse since my son got married. His wife is kind of the jealous type, and she doesn't want him coming over here so much. And so he's gotten close to her family, and we don't hear from him very often.
So you feel a little bit distant from your son and his wife since they've gotten married. Um, and now you feel maybe pushed even further away that they're getting closer with her family. Um, you have taken the first step to coming and talking about this. Um, but you do seem like you're ready to have a relationship with them um, and kind of fix the distance that you're feeling now.
I can't seem to do anything right in her eyes, and I just don't know what to do.
It seems like you do want to have a relationship with your son and your daughter-in-law. Um, have you thought about ways to initiate spending some time with your son and daughter-in-law? Like maybe have them over for dinner once a week or once every other week?
Well, I think as I think back, it kind of started after my husband started his own business. I'm teaching aerobics classes and take care of the kids. I don't make much. And I think things have gotten tight, and I'm afraid he's hiding things from me about our financial situation. And it scares me a lot. In a year, we're going to have to send my daughter to college. And I'm worried. I don't know. I don't know how to deal with it.
Well, you've taken a great first step in coming to talk to me today. That takes a lot of effort. It sounds like you and your husband haven't been on the same page with your finances, and that's a stressful topic for a lot of people. So that's very understandable. Um, right now, you're just worried about the financial bill of sending your daughter to college soon, which is also very understandable. How have you been and your husband been dealing with this up to this point?
So, yeah, and I started drinking more to be able to sleep at night. If I didn't drink white wine, and if I didn't, then I didn't sleep. And I don't want him to know I'm worried, so it just seemed like, that was the obvious thing to do. Uh, and sometimes I fall asleep on the sofa, and my daughter ends up getting me up and getting me to bed. And I know that's not good. So I need to find another way to deal with this.
Your concerns about being stressed out about finances are very valid. Like I said, this is can be a stressful topic for a lot of people, but it does sound like you're ready to make a change. Um, are there any other aspects of your life that you and your husband are not on the same page on, and maybe contributing to these stresses?
My son has a new girlfriend, which is great, except he pretty much either spends all his time over there or she spends all her time over at our house. And I just feel like they're so young. I don't think that's right. My husband seems unconcerned about it, but I'm kind of uncomfortable with it. And I don't quite know how to help him have more independence.
It seems like you're struggling a little bit with your son's new relationship. You want him to be happy, but also you want him to develop into his own person and have a sense of independence. Your husband, it doesn't really bother him quite as much, so he doesn't really share that concern. Um, what do you think is bothering you most about your son's relationship?
You see, I was raised in the Catholic Church, pretty strict, and I still go to church on Sundays. When we first got married, my husband would go with me. He was raised in a Catholic family too, and the children would go, when they were little. But now I go by myself, and I just miss when we were more of a family. It just doesn't seem quite the same.
It seems like as your kids have gotten older, they have kind of your family has kind of grown apart a little bit, um, and everyone is kind of doing their own thing. Um, and you miss this family unit doing things together and going to church together. Can you think of anything that would involve your whole family's interest? Um, that you guys might be able to spend some time together reconnecting?
Well, it wasn't my idea. My wife made me come, and things have gotten pretty bad. I can't leave my house. Um, I just cannot be comfortable outside of my house. So that's where I stay.
even though it was your wife's idea for you to come, you still made the effort to come, and I really commend you for that because this is a great first step in getting some help. Um, Tell me, how long have you been feeling this way? Um, and tell me just a little bit more about how you're feeling.
It's been going on like this for some time, and it's just hard to even think about when it started. But I think last year I underbid a couple of jobs. I'm in construction, and I underbid a couple of jobs, and I lost money. And that's kind of when it all started. I had to lay off some guys, and then they formed a company and are competing with me.
I can understand how it would be stressful to lose money by underbidding some jobs and maybe feeling a little guilty about that. On top of that, you had to let some workers go and people you may have been close with, some of your employees, um and had an implication on their financial well-being. Um, Tell me more about your company and this you not being able to leave your house.
So, I used to have a big company. It was successful, had a big crew, and gradually it's gotten worse and worse, and it's dwindled down to just me and a couple of guys. And I don't want to leave my house, and I end up giving them directions on the telephone. One day when I left the house, I don't know what happened. My heart started pounding. I was breathing hard. I had chest pain. I thought I was going to die. I thought I was going to faint. I didn't know what was going to happen. And so I drove back home and got back in my house, and then I was able to kind of calm down. And I don't want that to ever happen again. I really don't ever want that to happen again. It was so scary. So now I just stay home and give them a call, tell them what to do, use the computer, use faxes, use email, use text, all that stuff, so I can just be inside my house. So that won't happen to me again.
I understand how your business and its competitors are causing you some stress to the point where you don't even feel comfortable leaving your house. Um, Other than staying in your house, how have you been dealing with this up until this point?
And my wife said, I have to tell you that I drink about 12 beers a day. Yeah, I get one of those big 12 packs down at the little store and come straight back. And that's how my day starts and how my day ends. Um, Otherwise, I just don't think I could cope.
So you've been coping by developing a habit of drinking beer. This is concerning to your wife, I'm sure, since you mentioned that she wanted you to let me know this. Um, do you want things to change? Have you thought about um, how you would like things to maybe change?
But what does a guy at my age do in a situation like this? I mean, this has been my whole life. I've been successful. I don't see a way out of this. It, so anyway, I could lose everything. And I'll tell you, if I lost her, I don't know what I would do.
It seems like you are ready to make some changes to improve your relationship with your wife and with your business. Coming here and talking to me is a great first step. Um, you have had a successful business and relationship in the past, it sounds like. And I know together we can work through this and we can make both your personal and your professional business life successful again.